Okay. Morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Hi, Lars. Hey, Yuri. Hey, Olivia. Hey, Delmar. B. McNichol. Mitchell. Panzerkadden. Tony. Francois. Hi, Phil. Hi, Red. Pushing Plastic. How's everyone doing? Hey, Kaylee. Jorg. Peacemaker. Linus. We are going to continue the solid fork build today. Hey, Liquid Eyes and Danny and Delmar and Chuck and Low-Tech Greg and Honored Twig and Peacemaker and Sebastian. Jesus and BBs. Jekyll. Dead Bob. Oh boy. So I've been playing with stuff. I've been tweaking my setup quite a bit the last few days and since last week. What happened? That's part of the tweak. Let's see if we can get that back. That's really weird. I'm not sure why it's doing that. It's just this camera. Should be back here in a second. Hi, Poity. Hey, Dominic. Hey, Tracy. What are you after, Charlie? What are you after? He just wants pets. So lots of changes. I've been tweaking lighting, trying to get something a little better. I'm not done. I'm not done. I had someone helping me a little bit last night, try to figure out a few things. Hey, Torx Fighter. Hey, Bear Cool. We'll see how this works. Feedback's appreciated, but just know I'm not done. So big changes. I have a new camera. So this camera is new, which allowed me to move that camera to overhead duty. Charlie wants all the love. Yes, he is being especially needy today. So we'll see, but we're gonna continue the solid fork build. When we're done with the solid fork build, we'll go back to the Voron kit build. So, and now he's over there. I don't know why. I don't know what's special over there. But important thing, do you have the room lights off or are they being swamped out? I have the room lights off. I'm trying to, okay, Charlie, I'm trying to see what this does. If it has a negative effect on the build or the view when I'm here. I don't think it will. It's just going to make the rear not quite so bright. I'm going to add some lights. It's going to fix that. But this is just the first stage. Important thing though, I forgot my coffee. I'll be right back. And honestly, I didn't plan to forget my coffee. I figured I'd use that at some point in the stream today, but thanks, Dominic. You clipped that and sent it to me. So I honestly did forget my coffee, but I figured at some point I would need to hit mute. On the day. That's not the only little trick we'll have today. Let's see if Charlie will leave me alone. You're being a little much. Oh, shoot. Oh. My coaster stuck to the cup. I was wondering what fell on me. Hey, Gary from Florida. Okay. Picking up where we left off. This is actually reverted slightly from where we left off. The I had a temporary bottom panel in here, and I had some of the Z components here assembled. So we are going to check my angle, which is terrible. Sorry about that. Let's try this. That's a little better. Hey, PF Dennis. Hey, Andrew. Let me let Charlie out, because this will be the first of many times. Okay, so we have a few parts to redo. So redesigned a couple of parts, had some stuff come in. So for this build, they didn't really know I was doing it, but Linneo ended up reaching out and wanting to do a harness, and they ended up doing panels for this as well. So when I had said that this is Linneo through KB3D, this is the test panel I had made on, and I actually tried to make it on my MPCNC, but I had some problems. Something is loosened up on the MPCNC, and I had problems. So I ended up cutting this out on the diode laser, and it worked great. But that was just a stand-in to make sure everything fits. So I have a ACM panel that has come in. I haven't pulled the protective film off, and we'll be using that instead. So we need to put that in, and we're going to replace a few parts here in the Z, including the anti-backlash nuts. I'm going to, these will work fine. And between Yuri and I, we've redone the components that they bolt to, the Z carriage mounts, so that they fit. These don't fit that are on here right now, but the new ones that are out there on the GitHub do. But I'm still not going to use them. I don't think they're needed. I think they're more of a pain than necessary in this build. So, hey Jokernut, hey Makersource. Hey Ken. Hey Andres. Hey Christian. So we have parts to swap out, things to do, and then we can get back to where we were on the build. I also tweaked the, when we left last time, it had the corner feet on here. I tweaked those, so they'll need to be reinstalled. Hey Derek. So let's get started by removing the carriage here. I'm busy printing switchwire parts, trying to decide colors. Frame is LDO blue. Primary color is Sparta 3D Sparkle Cloud Gray. And Sparkle Cloud Gray is what I'm using on this build as the accents. Choosing between Sparkle Sky Blue and Sparkle Fuchsia Rose for accents. So primary color is Sparkle Gray, frame is blue. Sparkle Sky Blue. Do you have those, Bill? Do you have those in front of you? Oh, I don't have. That is Sparkle Sky Blue and Cloud Gray. So, hi TCs. Hey Grant. Hey Robbie from Indonesia. There's Charlie. He's back in. Sparkle Cloud Gray is the VT706. Nice. We need more Trident cereals. This is gonna get it. I'm gonna serial this. So cutting this off, and then I'll show you what the difference is on these parts. Nico from Uruguay. Nice. Hey, Porty. I can't fit my, I don't have the right bit. First of all, do I have a, well, maybe I do have a 1.5 bit now. There we go. Okay. So these are the, and let's go ahead and play with the overhead cam. So those of you that were on the member stream yesterday got to see the whole new setup. So this is the new overhead cam. It's my old Sony ZV-1, and these are the old Z carriages. Let me bring up a new one. These are the new ones. Significantly shorter. And then also the stuff to fit the anti-backslash nut. This hole is bigger. So in order to make the clearance hole bigger for the nut, the whole thing had to be tweaked. So we went in and realized, oh, this thing's too tall. We might as well make it shorter. So hey, Jeffrey. Hope we get a chance to see the new cam angle today. Maybe. Charlie needs a cam harness for your intro. That'd be funny. Two colored. Yeah, the bottom part here is an accent piece. It's on Trident as well. Love the new setup. It's great, but you're going to need some light over the shelves in the background. Yep, I will be. Absolutely. There's going to be some accent lights back here. I could turn this on. And actually, that's not too bad. I thought there was an angle where I could see that light. Maybe this one? Yeah, you can see it here. But yeah, this camera is really nice and sharp, and this is a Sony ZV-E10. It's the new one. And we'll give that light on to give a little bit of background. Love the new setup. It's great, but you're going, yep, that light. I like the palm nuts, but is there a reason to go for the anti-backlash on Salad Fork? Absolutely not. I'm actually going to swap them out. I bought some palm non-anti-backlash versions. Hey, Sanity. So I'm gonna take, whoa! Okay, I gotta keep a hold of that better. It went flying. And Charlie wants out again. That light isn't really visible due to the, yeah. So it is in the other one, but that's fine. Day in the life of Charlie stream, yes. This is gonna go on there. Need to put here, what we're gonna be switching back and forth quite a bit between this overhead view and the side view. Gotta figure out my workflow, what works best for these. So. Would that give you more Z height? No. The limitation here isn't on these nuts. Should make Charlie a cat door. The problem is that's a garage door into the house. I don't want to cut into it. Okay. The overhead view is great. Awesome. Hey, Super Smash. I gotta find a workflow that includes this camera, because this one is the best camera here. That's the Sony 6400. Colin, gifted 5 memberships. Thank you. I have a Voron V0.1 kit now. Should I wait for 0.2 to come out, or is it an easy upgrade? So far, I believe 0.2 is primarily printed parts changes. There we go. So 1 done. Oh, did I put that? I put the tall one right back on. I'm on my lav mic. Steve, which mic are you on? Sounds a bit distant. I'm on this mic. Yeah. Charlie workflow camera. Oh, by the way, Steve, the belts became much better after rebelting and detaching the rightmost X carriage. I suspect it hadn't seated 100% there with all the teeth. Awesome. You may want to move your side camera. You can't see things as well. What do we... This camera here? Maybe we can go a little closer. Maybe a little up. Don't forget about the 3010 hot end fan. Why would I forget about the 3010 hot end fan? Okay, I need to throw this off to the side. Mic is good. Okay, I sound normal. Had me worried there. So many changes. Biggest upgrade will be mini stealth burner, which you can swap as it comes out. Yes. All the components are the same. Well, the fan could change, the hot end fan, from a 7mm to a 10mm. Take this one apart and put it away. Mic sounds fine. Okay. I received all the parts I was expecting, yes. Okay, let's put the actual one on here. The new, smaller one. Hi, John. Close this. Sounds okay, but a little... Oh, it is loud. Let's turn that down. Is that any better? Turn it down a little more. Is that better? I did notice the meter there was going much higher than it used to. Let's go here. I don't know why this camera is timing out. This is new. It's not overheating. It's absolutely not a heat problem. Is the sound volume better? Okay. The new camera must have needed a different setting. Sorry about that. Music is quiet. Yeah, the music would be a little quiet there. Let's try that. Hi, Pie-eyed. I don't have a timer on it. I need to go through the settings. There's something I'm missing, though. It doesn't just... It wouldn't just turn off on its own. Okay, one of those in. Then I need to find the other one. It's the other one with accent piece. Yep, that's the updated. ES15. 142. Adjust the volume up. Yeah, sorry about that. New setup. Should do a little more. A little more testing, but my day yesterday was absolutely full. And I apologize for posting the scheduled stream so late. I usually don't go that late, but I like I said, I was all over the place yesterday. Okay. That one on there. Then we need some screws. The UPS man did show up. Relatively late, but we got it. That was the panels stuff. Try wood, paper, cardboard as a print surface for palm. So yesterday we on the members stream, I played with building a death racer. So the idea being that I'm not going to do that whole thing. It's not a build stream. I'm building one for Earth. So I'll post some updates on it, and that video will be available to everybody next month. But I wanted to make some progress, so that's what we did on stream yesterday. But I can show you how far we got. Show you. Ugh. Death Racer. We got pieces, but this is the main part we got done. Using the Pololu motors, because that's what I already had. So, it's all black right now because I haven't fully decided on my colors. So this is just kind of the test fit. But I'm hoping to have it ready for Earth. First weekend I received new notifications from YouTube. Oh, hopefully they're helping. Okay, that one is on. Now we need to do the back one. And this one, the main part didn't change, but the accent piece did. What is going on? Why? Hold on a second. I gotta fix this. This one's a little more pain to fix because I have to walk over here. If it's not one thing, it's another. I think Elgato is going to get a call from me. There's something I'm missing. I think it's got to be the capture card that's doing this, because the cameras are all on. The screen was on. Is this one still here? Yeah, this one's still here. Poke a cam. Let's see which one turns off next. Hey, Steven. What card is it? It's the Elgato CamLink Pro. It's the 4 HDMI input card. Oh, here comes Charlie again. Wait, the PCI Express one? Yes, it is the PCI Express one. And yes, I am using a laptop. I have a Thunderbolt 3 PCI Express enclosure. It shouldn't be an issue. The problem is it's single cards. I mean, single inputs that's doing it. Okay. So all of those are there. I mean, obviously, I mean, it could be. I mean, I can't rule anything out at this point, but it's frustrating. Oh, we need to redo the rear Z stepper mount. So right now, let's go here. That's not really much better. It might actually be better here. So right now there's a slot here, there's a hole here for the wiring harness to go through. The problem is, it's a hole. Once the wiring harness goes through there, and I actually can't put my wiring harness through there because there's ends already on it, it's not coming out. So Yuri redesigned it with a slot instead of a hole. So we need to swap that out. The card is shutting down inputs randomly to conserve power. Is it smart enough to do that? Is there a function that it's supposed to do that? That's the question. Seems like I may need to change power settings. It's possible. I'll look at it. Okay, so this has to come out. Are all these tweaks are on the GitHub already, I believe. I will play with some power features, see what is available. Windows power saving settings has an option to set the time when Windows sets PCI Express or USB devices into sleep mode. It's random though. Why would it happen after 5 minutes one time and then after 5 hours another? Yes, the laptop power scheme is set to performance. Inconvenience menu, yes. Even the panel clips? That's a good question. I don't know. If the capture card slept, it'd kill all the cameras. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Building a streaming PC. I considered building a PC, but I'm sure I would have all kinds of just new problems. Why is this not coming out? What else is holding that in place? Ah, there we go. Oh, I need to relocate something, I remember. I need to move the rails. The new parts, these new shorter parts having new spec. Here, I'll show you in the instructions. So if we go to the the documentation, we go to the Z motion. This has been updated, showing, no, it's in the frame assembly. In the frame assembly, if you're building one of these or changing to these new parts, you're going to want to change this measurement here, right here. So this is now 22 instead of 27. It's 5 millimeters down. So. I need to check in with Elgato to see if they even recommend using this card over a Thunderbolt enclosure. I asked Elgato. When I was having trouble with the Camlink 4Ks, I asked them, would it work? Would a good setup be for me to buy the Camlink Pro and put it in a Thunderbolt enclosure? And they didn't see a problem with that. So I did ask before I did. Okay, this is going away. That's a gone part. This part goes in. Steve IT's FN. If it was an M2 to PCI Express, yes, but over the Thunderbolt overhead and with the Intel Thunderbolt chip to CPU connection lottery. Is it a lottery? Okay, well. And then I've got that one. Okay, so that one goes there. What's something I can push that with? There we go. What's this? I'll ping Steve after the stream to get the latest and include. Yeah, I'll get those over to you, Yuri. Remind me. Have you checked with the laptop manufacturer if the Thunderbolt chip inside the laptop is connected to the CPU or X4? I guess that's a good question. I didn't check with that. It's a Dell XPS laptop with the Dell Thunderbolt 3 dock. Same as a USB hub to sleep a port, whereas one would sleep the hub. Mostly it's X2. What are we talking about? Oh, for the PCI Express bus. Remind me, does not work. Okay, so the new mounts here. I'm going to end up needing to pull this later to run the wiring harness, but we're going to get most of the rest of the setup done first before we do that. While the rear stepper is off, let's put the bottom panel on. Now this camera is dead. Here, let me try something. See if I can bring this back. Which camera is this? Yeah, deactivating and activating it doesn't work. I have to actually turn it off. This, I know what's, okay. Here's the other thing I did. Here's the other thing I did do. I'm now using all 4 HDMI ports on this thing. So I wonder if that's what's going on. Oh well, we will deal with it. We will turn cameras on and off as they so desire. So I have bottom panel. Goes in here. So I'm gonna, here. Got a little bit of a peel. funky shape, so how shiny that is. This one, the tape, there was tape on it packaging, so it already got a head start. Oh, there's kind of a satin side and a glossy side to this. And I don't get a choice on which one goes up. It's going to be glossy because they're not symmetric. That's a little dirty, so let me clean that up. That exposed part got a little dirty. Glossy side. That is going to need to be wiped off about 1 billion times through the build. That goes in there. That fits well. Don't put the bottom panel on upside down. Yep. Hey, mainsail. Is that Mateo or one of our? Who's on that account? The cable chain's on this side. So cable chain hole. There we go. It will never be this clean again. That is true. And then this is what folks are talking about, the Makerbeam clips. These are needed for the profile. Regular clips won't work. Hey, Lanover. Okay, so putting these in to hold it. Hopefully, I don't know, I may have to do this again. We'll see. Stick a fork in it with a pick of the solid fork in the corner. Oh, that one is one of my loose ones. I had a couple of iterations of these before they fit well. So the rest of them are I may not have quite enough of those. Yeah, we'll leave it. Oh, hey, Steve Builds, were you going to show us your logo design idea? Yeah. So I got a little bit of inspiration the other day, just like 2 days ago, for an idea for my logo. Drew it up, and I got a little bit of help from Jared to clean it up. But let me know what you think. We're gonna go over here and there. What do you think? Steve Builds. Yeah, that's that loose one. I think I need to print another one of these clips. Okay. You can read it as S&B, exactly. And it's an actual 20 tooth with the GT2 profile around it. And then it kind of in the hexagon shape, a little nod to Voron. So, missing a Charlie tail. So let's go back here. We're gonna put the new corner feet on. So I tweaked the corner feet. I tweaked all the skirts. I redrew the skirts. I'm gonna give these to Yuri and he can use them if he wants. But I redrew the skirts, which meant a tweak to the corners. I also added a feature that's gonna be critical later. This little extra hole here isn't there on the others. Maybe some Charlie colors. Yeah, that might not be too bad. Maybe an orange instead of purple? Maybe? I don't know. We'll think about it. Seems like make it into a coaster and use the ERCF to print. Yeah. So, okay, new feet, new corners, and new accents to go along with them. Oh, and hey, Jared, I saw you're here. So that's the Jared that gave me some help with cleaning this up and coloring it and making it more than just my little drawing. It is an approximation of GT2 Sanity. It's basically me looking at a pulley because I didn't want to actually do the math and scale it and make it scale. It's just kind of an approximation of it. The intent is there. Yeah, we might try that orange. Just get the nod to Charlie. That's a good idea. What I saw yesterday, dark gray and orange look really good together. Yeah, I got this guy here. This is graphite and this is KVP graphite and Polymaker orange ASA. A little less rounding on the corners would be better, but it looks really nice. Thanks. Just ordered the Polymaker orange yesterday. Nice. I recommend their ASA over their ABS. I'm not convinced on the well, for most parts it's gonna be fine. But their ASA I haven't seen any problems with. Okay, gotta get back to this. Do I have all of them? Yeah, I got all of them. Okay, let me get my bearings. That goes there. That one will go there. Keep in mind the logo will be smaller when you see it in most cases. Sharper corners don't scale down well. That's true. Oh, well, the orange was only available in ABS here, and well, it'll be fine. So my concern with the ABS is in the gray, it tended to get a little melty on an afterburner ducts, but the rest of it was fine. I don't have any concerns about the rest of it. Over there. Okay, we're gonna try an experiment. So that failed again. So we're going to try something. So that's gonna come back, and I'm gonna spoil the surprise because Charlie's not cooperating anyway. The intent was to put a Charlie sleeping spot camera here. That was what I was gonna do. I was gonna turn that on when Charlie was sleeping there. Well, he's deciding his sleep spot today is my chair. He knows that I had a plan. Now, the problem is, well, what could be part of what's making this worse today is that's hooked up to the 4th HDMI output. So I'm gonna unplug that and see if it changes what's going on. So give me a second. We're gonna turn that off. Well, I mean, if we turn it on, you'll see it go away. But let me just unplug that and see what happens. So we'll use 3 of the 4 outputs instead of 4 of the 4. And have spoiled the little, not surprise, but I thought it was going to be fun. Cats are naturally contrary. This is absolutely true. I'm very, very annoyed that he didn't go to his usual spots, which means he knows. Just printing Steve's less thin tray, and mainsail is giving the slight, some time estimates. Okay, let's go back here. Let's see how these last. Yes, Charlie will be there as soon as I turn it off. You're probably right. Oh. Hey Steve, where can we find the toolhead STL that you're using in this build? I don't know anywhere yet. Curios on the Discord is helping me with that, and I think we're basically designing it right now. So you can reach out to Kyrios, Kyrios. I would check Windows Event Viewer if you can note the times the cameras go off so you can go back and check it. Yeah, I'll do some solid experimenting after stream. Just makes you know, but are there PDF of the build? I'm a little old school and just like to print out the manual. For this build, I don't think so. I think it's just the GitHub manual. Cameras are just HDMI signals in though, won't flag anything anywhere in the event viewer. I need to look at, like I said, the power settings are probably a good thing to check. Go there. That blue looks darker. So the blue here is Prusament. Oh shoot, I need to put in some heat sets. I forgot some heat sets, so let me take this off. Prusament Sapphire Blue ASA. So heat sets, heat set, heat sets. Is there a mod for the V0 to get 150 cube volume? Printed parts should not depend on size except skirts. Well, I mean, you just scale up the frame then. The bed, that might be a little, probably fine. Oh. Using all 4 ports is a problem. Maybe you should use one of the old USB cam links for Charlie Cam. I tried. So as of this last night, I was testing with an old USB webcam I have. It worked fine. And then this morning, it won't come up. I don't know. I tried, so I figured, hey, I've got the GoPro still. It can be the Charlie Action Cam. And that bit me. So everything is single capture card at this point, and only the one camera goes out. Rest is working fine. Tells me it's not on the capture. Ooh, I got an idea. Where? Oh yeah, that'll work. Let's do something here. Charlie's not gonna go there anyway. Charlie is not going to comply. Let's see if this works. Give me just a second. So I put it on my Camlink 4K USB capture card and see if it has an effect on all this. Just for fun. Hey, John. There, heat sets. We were on heat sets. Does this give a decent view of this? No, you really can't see anything better with that. But the heat sets are there. Okay, now I can put the accent pieces here. Time to hire a cameraman. Oh, yes. I spent all the big YouTube money on a new camera and a light. We can see your forearm in better detail than ever before. I'm only going to put one of these screws on because it's going to be held in place with the foot anyway. I put 2 holes here for screws, but it only needs the one since the foot's going to hold the other. And that's this way because the bottom panel needed some extra space. Ah, what did that crack? That just cracked something. What did it crack? Ah, it cracked the foot. Okay, well, I'll have to reprint that. That's annoying. You can see the crack there. Ah, at least it's on the rear. Okay, well, I'll have to reprint that and maybe tweak the size of that hole. These are gonna have to come on and off, but I printed some TPU feet. Nothing special about them. They're just, they are just the same model that's in the CAD, just printed out. Hi, Jose. Hey, Jared. Thanks for being here. Hey, Michael. A crack on the rear. You know what? Sometimes I don't know what I say, but I'm glad you're here to catch it. Okay, so it has feet. It can stand on its own. And now I think we're at the point where we ended on last stream. Hey, Latian. Hey, Zombie. We are now at the point where we ended last stream. Isn't that wonderful? And we're not even technically there because I need to relocate the rails by 5 millimeters. Otherwise, at max Z travel, the carriages go an uncomfortable amount over the end. And that's only because this piece shortened. It was a full 9 millimeters, about 9 millimeters taller. So you gain some Z travel, but I have to redo this. I'm just gonna do it while it's on the printer here. So what I'm going to do is move it to where it's about 1 millimeter above the stepper mount here. And how am I going to measure that? I think that's about 0.5 millimeter. What am I going to use to measure that? I can go 1.5 millimeters. That'll be good. Just use my hex driver here. All right, like that. Loving the overhead cam, rebuilding a 2.4 with your antics in the background. Awesome. Okay, so there's one adjusted. Okay, put these on and shift the whole thing down. Go. I'm just going to use the end of my 1.5 millimeter hex wrench here as a guide on the flats. Hey, Vince. What steppers are these? Not seen pancake steppers with integrated lead screws before that I can recall. These are the same steppers as V0.1 uses. Same ones. They're the shorter body and 200 millimeter integrated lead screw. Okay, so that one's done, and then we need to move the end stop here on both of them. And then let's move this one to the bottom. I'm gonna see if the rear one is, because the rear one didn't change. The rear one's okay. So the rear mount didn't change. So it doesn't run off the end. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. But we can install the stepper. And I think I'm gonna install it with the wiring off to this side. Stop saying what it uses, please. Every product here, I feel like I could build one from spares and end up throwing out another 500 euros. It's a perfect spares printer, right? Not really. There's not a whole lot. I mean, the steppers are about it. I mean, obviously extruder and controller and stuff, but I don't think too many people, unless you're me, is going to have a bunch of V0 style or 1515 extrusions laying around. I forgot to put the lead screw nut on. Okay, you should be able to hear me now. It's frustrating. Frustrating. Have you disabled the not used cams in OBS? No. I've never had to. This is absolutely ridiculous. At this point right here, here, I'm gonna just unplug that. The Charlie cam, the Charlie sleeping cam. At this point right here, I'm at what I did yesterday for 3 hours. And I think I had this camera go to sleep once in that time. This is way too expensive a crap for this to be happening. Okay. We will deal with it. What is the issue? My cameras keep going to sleep. I don't think it's the cameras. I think it's the capture card is turning off the ports. And it's not all of them. It's one card with 4 inputs, and it's turning them off individually at, I don't know what the pattern is. Temperature's not different. And this has worked. I mean, I've had this card for over a week. I've had it going for 8 hours at a time without an issue. It's an Elgato CamLink Pro. It's the PCI Express 4 HDMI input card. Have you looked at the Millennium Milo 1.5 CNC mill? I have not. It's got a fan. The card has a fan. Let me see if it's blowing hot air or any air out the back. It's blowing air, it's not hot. The AC is on today. Oh well. I will deal with that, try to figure it out later, and just turn cameras on and off until then. I'm going to attach the lead screw nuts to the lead screws. It's an internal capture card now, yeah. There's been lots of suggestions on Windows power settings, but I don't really want to go searching for those now. I'll just deal with it unless it gets really bad. Unless it gets unusable, I'd rather continue with the build. I'm getting some lock nuts here. And then we're going to... Is this too long? Long enough? Those are just about right. You have different root hubs on XPS, may switch Elgo to the other one. This is all on Thunderbolt. This is all on the Thunderbolt bus. This is all on the Thunderbolt bus. Hi, David. From Venice, Italy. Welcome. Exactly. We're not going to be deterred. We are going to make progress today. Hi, Charlie. I'll have to pay extra attention to the face cam because that's where the microphone is set up. VHS cameras and mail tapes out, start my own streaming Netflix. That'd be funny. Where are you at? There we are. See how far we can get with the build today? Yes. Let me let Charlie out. Now set the timer for about 2 minutes when he wants back in. Hey, Steve Builds, ever heard of Tensor 3D Parts Vendor? They set me up with some custom integrated lead screws for my Tallboy. I have not, I don't recall hearing of them. Keep you posted on how they work out. That's good. Custom. Okay, why is this? There we go. Are the HDMI cables long? No more than, I mean, most of these are 6 feet. I think I might have a 10-footer in there. Maybe not. I think they're all 6 foot. Monkey Butler, this is all HDMI. I cannot get this. I'm having a hard time getting this. These are all HDMI outputs from decent cameras. There we go. No more GoPro. I turned the GoPro off. Ah, hey, I got a good use for a new tool set now. I got this. This one sent me this iFixit tool set. And the cool thing is it has a 5.5 millimeter nut driver and a short driver. So I'm gonna use this. I can actually get in here underneath this short lead screw and tighten this. There we go. And then leave that just tight and then loosen up so it can move. Hi, Battalion. What happened to the GoPro? Nothing specifically with the GoPro. I'm having trouble with my capture card, it seems like. Now, the GoPro wasn't the greatest overhead camera because it had trouble with like this color texture on my bench and stuff. So I moved some cameras around and I got a different camera, but I was going to use the GoPro to point at Charlie while he's sleeping, and my capture card has other plans. Cameras are in video mode. But I will double check all of that because I have made so many changes. 2-minute timer went off. For the older IT guys, it's an IRQ conflict. Yes. I'm one of those older IT guys. I remember dealing with that. You see, Charlie's being contrary again. I told him 2 minutes and he's saying, haha, you think? I don't know. This is frustrating. Okay. We're now back to where we were. Let's continue the build. Get another view of my new logo that I haven't actually incorporated into anything yet. But, and by the way, Charlie just came back in. So about 3 minutes. So now I think, let's see where we're at on the Z motion. You're one of the older IT guys. Charlie is older than you in cat years. Yes. Charlie's an old man. He's over 15 now. Here, we got the deck panel in. We attached the feet. We did the carriages. Oh, something, if Yuri, if you're still here, the new pieces don't have heat sets. So just a heads up. Do you want, oh, are you kidding? Oh, okay. All right, Z carriage, we did that, we did that. We did the rear. Bed mount prep, okay. We've got bed mount prep. So we're gonna insert the GE5C bearings and we'll get the bed together. Awesome. Let me put this aside. And let me grab some pieces, bits and pieces. This. These two. And one of, oops, those extrusions. Then we need the box of parts. Have the GE5C bearings. Hey, IS to Scooby. Welcome. Thanks for the $1.99. Camera died. What camera died? 1, 3, 4. I'm here. Are you behind, David? You're behind. You place a miniature Charlie laying on the flat spot of the B. We're talking about changing a color to put orange in there. So at least get a nod to Charlie in the logo. So I have these and these. And now that the camera's turned off, Charlie's going to his normal spot to sleep. And then do a little bit of clean up here. I know. No worries. Okay, so those go in there. Press in well. Awesome. Then a bunch of button head screws. I think nope, just not strong enough. And these do not get tight. These just get tightened to touching the GE5C bearing. There's no reason. All they do is make sure that it can't fall out. Just to touching. Any thoughts on the spherical joints versus Maxwell joints? Seems people are starting to prefer Maxwell. So the Maxwell, are you talking, the Maxwell joint is the, so purposes, what, let's look at, what is a Maxwell joint? Do we have a, let me have a visual reference here. Let me see if I can find, let me see something. See if something comes up here. Yeah, it's not seeing it as Maxwell joint. I'm not going to be able to effectively do that, explain that without a visual reference. Does it actually replace this joint though? Or would it be a replacement for the bed mounts or for the lead screw nut to lead screw? I get those confused on which joint is which. That's why I wanted to look it up to make sure I knew what you were referring to. We are here at this point because of the series of decisions and whatever for the compromises between easy build, cost, and parts availability, right? Anytime you start putting in the fancy kinematic couplings, you're gonna sacrifice on that easy build and cost and parts availability. What would cause an aluminum bed to thunk on Trident after a few moments after the heaters turn off? I don't know. Something's moving when it cools down. Well, the other factor in the way that Trident is now is the upgrade path from V1.8 as well. As far as using, you can use the same frame with some modifications. Okay, so those are done. Oh, motor's disabling. Yeah, maybe. That's a good call. Attach the bed mounts to the extrusions using M3x10. Use only the outermost 2 nuts in each extrusion. You will need the extra nuts later. Oh, we need to pre-populate some nuts in these. Insert the G5C into that. Repeat for the others. Preload 3 nuts into the top of extrusion A and 5 nuts into the top of extrusion F. Okay. So I got to figure out which of these I need to use here. Pretty sure it's the long extrusion for the front, and then it's one of these for the rear. And which of these was, oh, we have X and then the rear gantry. I think it's right like this. Yeah, I think this is it right here. This one should be threaded. Oh, I got them backwards. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, this one's threaded on an end. This one is not threaded on either end, which means it goes back there. This one is threaded on one end. And then goes in here. For this purpose, my little mat here is flat enough. Then we will see if we got it centered. I have the WP mount for my Trident, but have yet to install it. One of these days I'll put it on along with the pin mod. So I'm using the Mandela version in one Trident and the Whopping version in the other. I mean, they function. Okay, so we are at 113 and 112.5, so we're awfully close. We're a full 113, so we need to move this over just a hair. Try that. I don't know. What can I do to help this? I don't know what I can do to help this. Anyway, this is assembled. It's centered. We need... I think it's 3 and 5? Why is it 5? Preload 3 nuts into the top of extrusion A and 5 nuts into the top of extrusion F. The mic dies with this camera because it's plugged into this camera. I'm just gonna keep going. That's fine. Extrusion A is the short one. Extrusion F is the longer one. Let's go back down here. Extrusion A is the short one. Preload 3 nuts into extrusion A. So let me grab my square nuts. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 into the top of A. Are the differences between the V0.1 and V0.2 already known? Yes, to some people. No, I don't think it's fully done, known. It's not ready for a full feature list, but it's getting close. 2 for mounting the plastic bits, 1 for the bed, so 3 per side. This says 5 into the long side, which means 2 for these each, and then 1 in the middle. It should be 6 in the front, right? Because you have two mounts for the bed and 1 in the back, so it should be 6 in the front, right, Yuri? Oh, yeah, you said I think it should be 6, not 5. Got it. Got it. 6. Oh, round hole square nuts. Yes. The only thing I know from any stealth burner is 3010 hot end fan. That is true. Does the GoPro have an idle power timer? I'm not using a GoPro. GoPro is completely out of the equation right now. Not even hooked up. Hasn't been fully disclosed yet, and designer for V0 is still working on stuff. Yep. Yep. So why are square nuts used over spring nuts? Because we are using 1515 extrusions. Oops, and I just knocked all of those nuts into my hand. 1515 extrusions don't have a spring nut option. There are some Gucci hammerhead nut options. 713 Maker makes some, and they make some specifically for the Maker Beam and other profiles. Pay attention to their description though, because they don't all work exactly the same. The camera may go into demo mode if it is turned on for more than 10 minutes without any media. Oh, well, but this camera, my overhead camera here, this camera and this camera both have media in them and they don't go to sleep. That one does not though. That one does not. New system, new setup problems. Line that screw up. You do a Halloweenish stream, would love to see you dress as the Count from Sesame Street. John is not at all biased. I was going to put my GoPro in the honorary position of Charlie sleeping camera, and these problems have stopped it. If I can get it working, then it will be the Charlie action cam, which of course he's sleeping in that spot right now. I wonder if that's going to work. Let's see something. Go. There we go. That is the GoPro now, pointing at Charlie sleeping. We did it. Been going back through your Ender 3 switchwire. Thanks for the build. Awesome. I'm glad it's helpful. There we go. We have an active Charlie sleeping cam, finally. And the camera give out. No, don't jinx it. He's not. He's sleeping kind of normal right now. Successful stream now, right? 4 minutes on the 10-minute timer left for the cam. I wouldn't put it past who was saying that it might be going into demo mode without a card in there. I'll order a card for it. I will order a card. Okay. That is now in there with the pre-installed nuts for the bed. And this it'll probably need a little bit of adjustment, but that should sit right there. Let's look at the instructions here. Where'd my mouse go? There we are. So using M5x16 and M5 nuts, attach the assembly to the frame. Then we have a Z anchor and stuff to do. Hey, Pascal. I need to switch Charlie as the main cam and put you in the corner. Is that better or is this? For those that weren't here earlier, that was the other highlight of the stream. M5x16s. 1, 2, and 3. Then M5 hex nuts. One, two. Some. One, two, three. Okay. That clip is forever. Max knows that, right? Well, I hope so. Chris, thanks for becoming a member. Okay, I'm going to loosen these so we can let everything kind of fall in where it needs to fall. Same with the back here. It's very animated. Any reason to use isopropyl alcohol versus denatured alcohol? I don't know what the difference actually is. I use IPA. Well, that doesn't want to touch. Why is that not touching? That's not catching the... That is not catching the threads. Why not? Let's try turning it upside down. Are you kidding? Thanks for coming, member. There we go. Now we can tighten the rest of these up. Let's see if these feel equivalent on each side. Everything looks squared up. Denatured means it has stuff to make you puke. IPA, not India Pale Ale. Isopropyl alcohol. Cool. Progress. And then the bed moves. Not on its own. Denatured is not a type of alcohol. It's alcohol with additives, so you don't drink it. Okay. Here. I don't want... There we go. Much better. Z-chain mount. Let's get that. Where is the Z-chain mount? I got bits and pieces. I know I printed it, I've seen it. Oh, there it is. Z-chain mount. One. Z-chain mount. And it needs a couple of heat sets. Oh. So what do you think? Does the Charlie sleeping cam stay? And we're back. Okay. And we're back. I have got to think. I'm hoping it's because I don't have an SD card in it. let's find out. Let me see if I can find an SD card real quick. This would be a good time to test it, right? So, let's see. Do I have anything reasonable? Let's see. I thought I had something nicer. What do you think? Do you think this will work? Oh, come on, focus. Focus, there we are. Do you think that'll work? Can you switch an SD card from a cam you don't use right now? I don't have, I mean, I don't want it to happen to these other cameras. Where did they go? I just had one. This'll work. That's a little newer. That'll work, right? I do have a little bigger one. It's not great, but let's see if I can get to it. Light and glasses. Give me just a second. Where does that get installed? Does it get installed this way? You still hear me? Don't the cams use micro SD? No, these are full SD. So I put an SD card in it. I put an SD card in it. It did its little initialization of the card. Let's see if we get more than 10 minutes out of it. 'Cause it sounds like I've been getting about 10 minutes, right? Okay, heat sets are in this, and we get to put it in the back. And there's 2 of these, and this will have to come off at some point in order to put all the wiring in, but we're not there yet. This time the picture turned black and not to the Elgato screen. I think that's only because it was initializing the SD card. And then it came back. Hey, Chris. Oh. There we go. So that's on. What's next? And that is it for the Z. So hey, we get to go to the gantry. I've been wanting to get here. XY motion. Charlie is actually almost posing there. It's almost perfect. With multiple R's. Okay, back to here. Attach the lower drive mounts and rear extrusion. Attach the A or the B drive lower to the rear corner using two M3x10s. Attach the A drive in 3x10s, and then the center, the gantry extrusion. Hey, Jaeger. Okay, well, let's go this view. So we got all these cute little AB drives. Now I gotta figure out which is A and which is B. How can I tell? Ah, so this is the mount for the Y end stop switch. So that'll go over here on A. That'll go right. Let's turn this correct way around. This will go right here. So that's the top, which means, is this the bottom? It appears to be. That's got to be the bottom there. It's a strange time tunnel view. Nice shirt. I need to get, yeah. I thought I might end up getting to wiring today, but that's not going to happen. I figured it was appropriate, but we're not going to get to wiring. Oh, sorry, Charlie. A has the switch cut out. B has a little hook for the clicky dock locating. Where would oh, there's the little hook. Nice. Nice, Anders. So it means that and that. Okay. So these go here, which means this is going to be easier, but not visible. Easier, but not visible. So we'll switch back to this camera, put these on. Locate those. And then I want to clean up I want to clean these up. So it's a good idea to go through and make sure your mating surfaces are nice and flat. And just a nice little small file does a good job of that. So that one goes there. This one, I'm going to do the same. I don't mind crimping. I've been doing it a long time though. Okay, so that goes there, and then M3x10s. 6, 8, 10. So that's that one. And then this would be this one. I will gladly pay Lineo to crimp my harnesses. Lineo does a good job. We will be using a Lineo harness on this. Okay, so those there, and then we might as well attach this while it's upside down. So we'll need 2. So does it say how many nuts we should pre-insert? Attach the B drive, attach that, and then center the extrusion B on the mounts and attach it with 2 M3. It was 8 minutes. So, someone said, it said my stream started a minute ago. You probably need to refresh your screen. That should be a client-side thing. So I don't know how much you heard, but I was trying to find out from Yuri if this really should be 6 pre-inserted nuts, because you have the mounts that go to the side here, and then the 2 on each side here, right? One more. Because you have these guys, 6 on the bottom, because these go here. Then I'll insert the top ones here in a minute. Now, one of the things about using maker beams is I don't get to use the nifty little nut holders. Hi, Clee. I'm going to leave these loose because I'm going to want to move this whole thing. So what's the next theory on why that thing's timing out? It's got to be I feel like it's got to be the card then. We're going to center this. Just visually center the extrusion between the drives. I found the no drop nut mod that seems to work pretty well for 1515. Yes, but I don't believe any of those work with the maker beam extrusions because there's not enough room. If you look at the extrusion profile, there's only enough room for the nut itself, not for a printed part that helps space things. So now I feel like going back to this camera, because we're going to go all over the place here. But I feel like I may actually, it may be a setting in that camera. That's the new camera. And the lens is actually retracting when it disappears, which means it's actually turning off. The other cameras are still, everything's working when they turn off. So we'll see. I'll play with it after stream. In the meantime, we'll deal with it unless we come up with some new bright idea to try that makes sense to try. Okay, 3. These parts are offset. Prepare the B drive. Now, when do we actually put the mounts from the center extrusion to the vertical extrusion to the gantry extrusion? When do we do that, Yuri? Is that in the docs? This is not a 160, Gabriel. This is a 120. Kyle, yeah, you could do a bunch of little pieces. That might get a little finicky, though. I'm just skimming the dot. Oh, there it is. Okay, so there is a spot where it goes in. So we'll follow the order. This is a 120 build. So we're here, here, and now we need to get the steppers set up. I didn't print any kind of alignment jig. Oh well. Could be two different problems, but I would be leaning towards something in the Elgato. Yeah. Hi, James. Okay, steppers. We have steppers. Now, do these do off to the side? Which way does it say in the documentation what direction they should go? Okay, so attach a GT2 16 tooth. Oh, 16 tooth. Hi, Juan Carlos. Wonder if I have any black 16 tooths left. Ah, looky there, right there. I ran mine towards the inside. Okay. Thank you. Excuse my back. I gotta get my stick Loctite. And just a tiny bit. Not much needed. Yep, we still have Charlie. Okay. Let's keep going. Towards the inside. I'm gonna end up doing something with the wiring here, but... Okay, so we are going to go 16 tooth with approximately 1.2 millimeters of clearance from the stepper, approximately 1.2. That's approximately 1.2. Oh, he changed his mind to outside? Okay. Going to the outside. Around the outside? And let's see what it says for the other one. Since I'm gonna put it on right now. Does it say? It doesn't say. Is it 1.2 millimeters as well? It's on mains. I have a dummy battery in there. Sorry for all the scrolling. I'm just gonna put this one on. It's going to, I will line these up when I get it done. Attach the motor assembly to the B drive. So let's turn this over. Yeah. So the B drive is this guy. And we're gonna go to the outside. And we're gonna use an M3x8. That seems a little long here. That seems really long for this. The other one is, yeah, an 8mm screw here is way long. Are you sure? I mean, it's not correct. I think it needs to be a 6. Is that a typo? Is that known, or am I missing something? I think this needs to be a 6. An 8 bottomed out in the stepper before it tightened on the plastic. So this says here M3x8 for this position. Let's change that to a 6. Orient to the stepper. Oh, orient the stepper so that the wires are on the left side. Looking at it from the front, it's on the left. To the outside. What are your thoughts on solid fork via Tri-Zero? Belted Z versus lead screw. I don't, either are gonna work. They're different printers though. I don't know. Is the bed's light? Belts are probably gonna hold it up. Does it? Using M3x25 screws to attach the B drive frame upper. So what did we determine? How many more nuts do I need to preload in this extrusion? Was that, I think Clee said a certain number. So we need at least 2. We need at least 2, but then there's the Umbilical mount. Where does it mount? Does it mount on top? So does that mean 6 on top as well? Does this go like this? I think that goes like that. 4 on top? But where does this thing go? Am I completely wrong on where this goes? Or does this go somewhere else? Three steppers hold the bed just fine with belts. Yeah, light V0 bed. I can definitely see that. Where does this guy go? 6 on top. Okay. I like it. You haven't gotten this far in your build, you're slacking. Oh yeah, only 2 hours in? Also, Cat has 8mm screws for stepper and mine didn't bottom out, but I'll change that to 6 since that's playing. Yes, please. These definitely bottomed out at 8mm. I have 2 Tri-Zero 40mm 1.8 degree motors are enough. Cool. Okay, so we need 6 nuts on top. Oh, now Charlie's hugging his leg. There we go. Okay, so that's gonna go like that. We're gonna have some cut out at nuts on top. We've got 6 nuts on top. We've got 5 nuts on top. There's the 6th one. Don't you just love that hug the leg position? I've not seen any other cat do that. Okay. Back to the instructions. When are we supposed to put the bearings in here? Oh, I guess you do it after? Hey, Nadir. What are these? M3 by 25 socket head cap screws. We will follow what it says. Yeah, Charlie likes to cover his face when he sleeps too. Put those to the front, these here. That's about right. So let's follow the way. Yeah, that one's got a weird cut in it. It's got some sort of cut in it, so I'm not going to use it. If it's a setting in the camera that's causing it to go sleeping turn off, a way to test that would be to set it record to hold more than 5 minutes of video. Okay. Where did that nut go? Can't see it. There we go. There. Perfect. Where's that one? Nope, that one's not it. Your ginger cat also sleeps hugging. Our ginger cat also sleeps hugging his leg. Maybe. There we go. You tap these into place until the nut lines up with the hole. You'd cover your face when sleeping too if someone pointed a camera at you. Is the solid fork bigger than V0? Yes, by quite a bit. But the build volume is the same. For this build. This one I'm building a 120. What is your relative humidity? Do you use dry boxes for your filament? I don't use it for most. I do dry ASA if it's been out for a while, and PETG. Right now it's saying I'm 42%, but that I think it seems a little high. Gunnar, what is that blue? This is Prusament Sapphire Blue ASA. Oh, I need to put a switch in this side. So let's finish off this side first. Next thing would be using three M3x25s to attach the rest of the drive. So M3x25 should be right here. Who makes the chapstick for screws? That's Loctite. It's a Loctite brand. Loctite. I live in SoCal, so I wanted to see if I need to have dry boxes for my filament. I don't dry any of my ABS, don't seem to need to. But PETG and ASA there's a benefit to drying it. It's Loctite Thread Locker Stick. I've had this for years. They last forever. won't be able to get to this one. I have a 55-gallon fish tank in my office with my printers and I almost never dry anything but nylon. Yeah, nylon needs dried no matter where you are. Okay, so that's on. You may want to swap your Thunderbolt cable for another one rated for that bandwidth. Another failure point that could generate odd behavior. Okay, I'm using the cable that came with the enclosure. This is a OWC, what was that? It's OWC Mercury Helios. It's an OWC Mercury Helios enclosure. Oh, the iFixit kit does have an extender kit. I didn't even think about using that. Well, that'd be interesting. I'll do it on this side. I've got all those done, and now we get to put in some bearings. So use an M3x25 button head to mount a bearing stack in place. A stack is an M3 washer, 2 F623 bearings, and another M3 washer. So I need M3 by 25. Is that this guy? There's this, no, that's 25. We're gonna need 2 of these. That's gonna go in there. Then I need a bearing stack. Now I'm going to use these nicer washers that I used on the ERCF because they seem to be stamped much more consistent than some of the cheap stuff. So I'm going to use those. And I'm going to use bearings. Okay, this ought to be fun because it's all already put together, so let's see what we can do. Feel like I'm gonna need to use some tweezers. Oh. Okay, we're gonna do this upside down. So, well, there goes those. The rest of the nuts from the top of that. That's okay. I'll put those on later. We're gonna do this upside down. And maybe we'll try to take advantage of this. Might not have quite enough light for that. And then we're gonna get my tweezers. We're gonna set a washer on here, then a bearing. Okay, hold on a second. I got crap. I've got junk on these bearings somehow. That's better. Okay, so there, bearing. And another bearing. And we'll use the tweezers to get the last bearing in there. Probably going to loosen that and that. Uh-oh. There we go. And then tighten that up. Success. Where am I missing? I had planned to go, but not sure now. What are we talking about? Is that the Costa Mesa Fairgrounds? What? Yes, we have a Charlie cam now. Oh, we don't have a Charlie cam with this view. We could have a Charlie cam with this view. Charlie sleeping. Okay, there we go. Okay, so one done. Oops, wrong one. OC Maker Fair, yep. Hopefully I'll see some of you there. I'm planning on going. It's only, what is it? A week and a half away? 2 weeks away? Oh, 2 weeks from yesterday. Use another M3x25 to mount 2 more bearing stacks. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. Three by 25 through here. It's gonna fall out. Let me make sure I have clean bearings. I don't know why those last ones were dirty. Yeah, I will be at OC Maker Fair. I think it's going to be fun. I'm not taking anything, I'm just taking myself. Where'd those washers go? I'm only taking myself. Okay, once again. There. Bearing. Bearing. Maybe we can get a better view here. And then 2 washers. I need extra hand. There, and 1 more. And then a bearing. Another bearing, and 1 more washer. Now I might loosen these so I can get a little bit of play there, just like that. Kind of see from the top. Then we're gonna there we go. And I can tighten these up again. This is going to be fun to belt, isn't it? Sweet. Do we still have, yep, we still have a camera. Okay. Mask up, yes. I got lucky at Murph. I'll be masking up at OC Maker Fair and Irf. At least that's the plan. So yeah, we are awesome. Get a kitty backpack and take Charlie. That would not be fun. Now Chad is off the screen. What? Oh. Let's fix that. Oops. Thanks for letting me know that a little. Okay. The build is a NEMA 14. Yes, it's the same steppers as a V0. I have not done up the other 2 screws yet. I've got the stepper screws to tighten. Thanks for the reminder. That one and that one. So that drive is done. And lo and behold, it looks like a mini Trident drive. This is a solid fork, Leo. Yep. It's a 120 build solid fork. Okay, back here. So that is those, and now we're going to prepare the A drive. We attached it with approximately 4.8 millimeters of clearance from the stepper. Which way does that go? Okay. 4.8. Let's see where I ended up with. A bit off of that. Unfortunately, the flat on these steppers doesn't extend down enough to hit well. So, in Hawaii, very few people were wearing masks, and we ended up getting pretty lax. We didn't get COVID, I think, because yeah, people are getting lax everywhere. It's hard to. I don't know if I'll be able to, but it's hard to be the one that's wearing a mask. Somehow, I've managed to avoid it thus far. Okay, that is going to go there, and I think we need the 5x6 and 3x6. You got to be your toddler preschool. That'll do it. God, that'll do it. Okay, I need to put a switch in here. So, my husband and I went to Cancun last week of July, and I got COVID halfway through the vacation. Oh, that would suck. We need a micro switch. Micro switch. And we need some wires. I'll just use some of this. I wonder how long this needs to be and what's the routing. Assume I can go across here and down. Is that what we're doing for routing? Is it worth trying one of the other cameras in the port that keeps shutting off to confirm it's the camera and not the port? I don't think it's worth it because it's going to take me a few minutes of playing with OBS to get the inputs all right. See you, Chris. Thanks for being here. I feel like I want to put a connector on this somewhere. But in the meantime, if this goes here, drop the switch, and goes down here. Yuri, what do you think? What do you think, Yuri? What is your suggested routing on the? Does it go across the front of this extrusion? And then down the side here into here, and then to wherever it ends up going. Same as the stepper wire, but where? I feel like I can go across the top even, and there's no corner. Should this corner be cut out? Corner wasn't cut out on the DXFs. Do these go down the corners? And if so, how does it get there? We got belts going all around here. Does it just go out the front? Go out the front and down? Corner Z extrusion, but there's no hole in the. Do I have to cut a hole here? I can do that. Okay. The DXF I used didn't have it, but I can do that later. I can pull it out. We're not going to get to a point where I can't take the panel out. I'm just going to go a little long on these wires then. Okay, 2 wires. Oh, we lost Charlie, so I will turn that off. I can cut corners in that. Oh, let me let Charlie out. Solder. Like that. I'm gonna route it through an extrusion slot. Well, there's nowhere to get. There's nowhere to get there. So I'll just cut a corner out of that. Okay, we're back. Wire may go better down the middle. I routed it out the front of the mount and around the back, but if you can make it clean to go to the middle, it would work better. We'll play around with that then. Steve built a cat door for Charlie. Yeah, it's okay. I don't mind. Oh, I was doing this, but I forgot. Sidetracked. Solder time. Would be a good use of an extrusion slot cable cover, but these 1515s, that might be tough. Charlie cam vanished because Charlie left. He went inside. I have a hotkey to turn it off. Vertical extrusions go all the way from top to bottom. There's a slot in it, but there's a screw. There's a blind screw that gets in the way. We got to get past the deck is the problem. Got to get past the deck. We will figure it out though. We'll either go through the Z mount here or I'll cut some notches here. Whatever ends up being cleaner. Okay, solder time. These will probably end up wanting to bend out of the way, but need a hotkey to turn cameras back on. I know. Need Alexa or Google or Siri. A voice command. Camera reboot. Heat shrink. There's supposed to be some notches cut into the corners of the deck panel for the wires to go through. Yep. This one fit. And has it been 2 minutes? Because Charlie's ready to come back. Come on, kitty. Heat gun. Forgot this one. Okay, this is going to go. Need a smart plug on the camera activated by a certain number of F's in the chat. Yeah. This is going to go here. Now, depending on how I route this, it's probably going to go there anyway. I think I'm going to route it that way. So let's bend this stuff that way. And then I want to twist these wires just so they're not all over the place. Filaments used on the V orange and gray. So it's KVP graphite ABS and Polymaker orange ASA. Okay, I'll call that good enough, and I can twist it some more later. Have you used sensorless homing? On a couple of printers, yeah. I've used it on the Legacy. I have it on the Legacy, and I have it on the Y-axis for the switch wires. Hi, for your ender to switch wire build, do you know if the enclosed panel stays the same? For mine, it stays the same as the originals, but Dark Dog has changed up the panels for if you want to enclose it. No, it does not stay the same for the to the switch wire. It's totally different from the switch wire. Okay, so I'm going to try just putting it this way. So now I need a couple of M2 self-tappers. These. Are we still here? We're still here. I think the camera stuff, I have lost people, maybe from the camera stuff. Oh well. Oh, I hope these are these still M2 by 10? M2 by 10, yep, okay. I thought the Legacy sensorless was not consistent due to drag. I haven't had any problems with it. Oh, okay. I kind of figured that would happen. Yuri, we're a little off on an M2 by 10. It just touches the top. You see that? Ugh. Got rid of some of it. It hit it a bit. The one is a little visible, but that'll work. Now bend these wires out of the way. Make sure they're well out of the way of everything. And I think they're gonna just go out the front here. So now that's gonna go there, and that's gonna go there. Okay, we're back. That's in place. So next is attach the switch to the upper mount. So we either need to make that a little thicker and move that switch down if we can. It'd be preferable than to spec a new fastener. And then we're gonna assemble the A stepper stuff. Okay. So those are M3 by 25s. Seriously? Okay, we're back. It's been a long time since I've had this much trouble with cameras. Put these back in. They solved the camera problem with high explosives. No, I just bought that one. It wasn't cheap. Okay. Okay, we're back. As long as all I have to do is reboot it, then whatever. We shall deal. We shall deal. We will make progress. We'll keep going. And I will spend some significant time trying to figure out what the hell is going on. M3 by 25. These are over here. One, two, three. Okay, now someone said to try the flex adapter. It came with this iFixit kit. So that goes there and that goes there, but that's not liking to go there. Wow, that's tight, but maybe we can make it work. Whoa, and that's not magnetic? Let's see. It doesn't fit. Doesn't fit here is the problem. But it did start to work. It did start to work, but it doesn't fit in the end of the ES15. Or why? Ah. Huh. Does it fit in the, where'd that one go? Does it fit in this one okay? Yeah. How are we? Are we still good? Everything's on? We're gonna end up wanting this to be loose though. And that one can be tight, and that one can be tight. But these are probably gonna wanna be loose as well when we do these. There we go. Okay. Turn it over. Get a better cam angle. Oh, look who's back. One, two, 3, 4. Bearings. String Beat's giving us some Barry White vibes. And then 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay, and tweezers and glasses and M 3x25s. We are all set. Here. Tweezers. There, and a washer. Sweet. Okay. One down. You used it with the ES126. Okay, yeah, it just seems really tight in my ES15. I don't know why. A drive upper has been fixed and pushed to repo. Awesome, Yuri. Thanks for being so responsive. Joy, yeah, we have a cat cam now. At least for now. Okay, next stack of bearings. I like to put the smooth side of the washer towards the bearing. What are we doing? We still have camera. Awesome. This is the chart. This is Charlie's level of action, John. It is a Charlie action cam. There, oops, this side. Does a washer provide a clean surface for the bearings? It is smaller than the outer surface, and I'm using the little nicer washers I have, at least the more quality ones. The just by eye, the pulleys look like they line up pretty darn well with the bearings, so I think I got them right in the right spot. Andre, I'm not using USB on these. It's a PCI Express capture card. But it is using a Thunderbolt 3 cable. It's a Thunderbolt 3 dock and then external enclosure. Steve, can you give hi to my wonderful husband, Jason? Hi, Jason. We're fixing our Ender 6. Awesome. Is Ender 6 the Core XY Creality? Getting a tad too late for it being Monday tomorrow. Thanks for the stream tonight. Have a good one. You too. Thanks for being here, Christian. Masumi doesn't have black 1515 extrusions. It might be just silver. Get up early tomorrow for the Artemis launch. Thanks for being here, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Okay, so let's go back to the instructions and see where we're at. We did that bearing stack, we did that bearing stack, and now we got to prepare the idler tensioners. Core XY with V wheels, fun. And get a bunch of printed parts. Need to straighten up my mess. Idler parts there, and there, and there. That, and I got one more. Here we go. So let's clean them up. Are we there yet? We're getting there. We're nearly to belting it. And we're only 3 hours in. Okay, so heat sets in these parts. Do I have, nope, I don't have the heat set part. There we are. Are we 6 hours in due to the first stream? I don't know how many hours was the first stream. I don't remember. Was it 5 or 6? How long do I plan on going today? I don't know how much longer I'm going to want to deal with this camera. Probably at least another. I might go almost another hour. We'll see. We might start measuring it in how many reboots. Maybe we'll go like 6 reboots, and then I'm done. I was looking at the screen a little closer. I'm not sure that putting the SD card in has solved it, because it is recognized as an older non-SDXC card. So it may still be, that might be the problem. So after this, I'm going to order a card. I'll order the same one that I use in these cameras. So, heat sets. I think 4 hours is probably a pretty good time. And I've got a few things. I probably might reprint a couple of things based on stuff today. I've got some tweaks I want to do to the wiring harness. I'm going to try some stuff with the wiring harness. I don't want to deal with these 2 cameras right now live, so I will run a test stream sometime during the week to see if I can figure out what's going on. Okay, heat sets are in there. These are labeled A and B. The problem with this, it's kind of interesting because all 3 of these cameras have timed out. These 2 have SDXC cards in them. They've never been a problem before. So there's probably, like people have mentioned, a power setting I have to tweak or something. Because I've ran this setup, I've ran for many hours. So I don't know why it's just doing it now, but something I've changed. Whatever. So we are going to do the B idler, attach to lower B idler. I think these are all the same, right? Just flip it. I don't think it matters. They just get flipped upside down or whatever. So small piece over here. So here, let's do it this way and go with this view. That'll go right there. So I think I'm going to put those in here and then slide it into place. I have not rebooted any of it. Everything's been plugged in. Everything's been on. The Thunderbolt docks have their own power. Both of them. The Dell and the OWC external PCI Express device. Everything has its own power. So everything has its own power adapter. That's in there. And does that mean we might as well bolt this one to this side, since we're still on this camera view? A reboot of the dock might help. I'm not going to rule anything out. So what I was saying that you didn't hear is every time it fails, it gives me a chance to show the Dancing Max GIF. And that's actually what I said. That's funny. Go to power settings and Windows to always on. Let me check my power settings. Power and sleep settings. Let's see, let's go additional power settings. Oh, what is going on? Why is this? Change advanced power settings. Oh, it only gives me a balanced option. There's no other option. I'm gonna have to look at this closer. It doesn't let me change it from balanced. I've played with these before and I thought I had put it in performance, but it is only giving me an option of balanced. Windows. I'll have to create my own power scheme. Yeah, I'll look at that in more detail then. Okay, so those two are on. When you dive in, I'd look at device manager for every device related and check your power management there too, yeah. I know I've done that for when I was trying to figure out the Camlink 4K problem with trying to run two of those and it not working. Attach the tensioner top to the front left of the printer on the underside of the extrusion. Oh, it said M3 by 8s, but so Yuri, real quick here. This says using two M3 by 8s, but everywhere else it's been telling me to use M3 by 10s. So something to check there, because I use 10s and they tighten down fine. Everywhere says 10s but here. So something to check. Assemble a bearing stack. Attach a tensioner bottom to the frame using M3 by 8s again. Careful not to dislodge the bearing stack. Okay. And then we're going to use an... Oh, should I have put a heat set in the bottom of this? Yep, heat set in the bottom. I missed that. What's the best speed to print? The best speed to print is the speed at which you are still getting good quality. It's going to be different for every printer, Science Sniper. You're going to have to tune that to the point where you are retaining acceptable print quality. Those should be M3 by 10. Okay. That's what I used. Good. Thanks, Nuno. Have a good one. So my answer is still the same, Science Sniper, and you didn't say you were asking for the Voron V0, but the answer is still the same. You're going to have to tune your printer to the point where you're still getting consistent print quality or acceptable print quality for the speed you're running. Your printer will be different. Okay, what was this? This is a M3 by 35 button head. Is that this guy? Nope, that's 30. Gotta go to the next. Need 2 of these. 35. Okay, bearing stack. One, 2, 3, 4. And washers. Need 4 of those as well. Okay, let's see how we can do this. Oops. Let's see. Go back here. I apparently don't have my mute set up to do it in this scene. So just switch to the other so we get some dancing max action. Okay, so we are going to temporarily put this fastener, this screw here. I'm gonna use it to line up the stack. Then I'm going to let it drop out the bottom. Line up these. Set this directly on top. Don't bump it. And I lost that one. get one of these in, then I can fix it in a minute. And this is B. Power options, advanced settings, PCI Express, link, state power management, plugged in, off. Worth a try. That is absolutely worth a try. Okay, that is okay right there. See if I can get this over and lined up. And let's see if we can put this in. I think I got it. Let's see. Yep. Woohoo. First try. All right, let's see something. Power options. Power options, advanced settings. No, I want power options, not multitasking. Power and sleep settings. Additional power settings. Change the plan, change advanced power settings. And I don't have a piece, I don't see it here. I think I'm gonna have to dig a little deeper. Yeah. Your options aren't taking me straight there. I'll have to dig deeper later. Hey, Manuel. Okay, one side done. That was not too bad. Although I am missing this fastener did not catch the nut. So let's see. I think it's right there. Double checking something that one calls for M3x8 because some other extrusion profiles bottom out with M3x10. But M3x8 still has enough capture for all profiles. But that would be the same for all of these then. That would be the same for all of the gantry parts, right, Yuri? Charlie to keep wiggling the mouse. Let's see something. Device manager. Let's see. The cameras don't. But the card should. Imaging devices? No. Other devices? Nope. What is that thing? Audio. Oh, there's the CamLink Pro. Okay, I'm back. Let's move on. I don't mind getting distracted and jumping in and trying a couple of things, but I don't want to spend a ton of time on it. It's okay. I will deal with it. Is the camera off when this happens or just loose connection to your capture card? The camera's actually turning, or at least going to sleep. Something's going on with the camera because the lens is retracting. When that happens, the lens is retracting. Which makes me think it's not a capture card thing. It may be something a setting I've got wrong on the camera. So that, and let that fall through. Then we are going to line these up. This all goes straight down. Oh, Charlie went inside. So we can do that. Those are on. Now this is going to go on. Let me get my glasses. Right there. And this goes straight down. And where's my flashlight? Awesome. First time, both times. I'd also look at camera idle settings. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go through all the settings. It is a new camera, but come back to it. These two have done it as well, just not as much as this one. Why? These haven't changed in the settings. Your 6400 uses USB power. I have the dummy battery for both of these, and I have the same dummy battery that I've always used in this camera. Yeah. Time to switch to red cameras. Yes. If someone wants. Okay, I'm back. Have you ever made a YouTube video with just a phone? Nope. Idlers are on. Awesome. The cams aren't hot. I've been checking. This camera is a Sony ZV-E10. I moved the ZV-1 to overhead duty. This is the ZV-1. And then this one is a 6400. Okay, that's done. What do we put? An M3 by 25 for the front screw, along with a washer. It is happening more frequently. I'm putting these screws in now. And the wrong bit. See ya, Sanders. Thanks for being here. There we go. And one more. Charlie back yet? Nope. There we go. How hot is it down here? It's not bad in here right now. I've got an air conditioning system running. Okay, now those are done. Now we can move on to the next step. Attach the A idler, we did that. And attach the rear Z brackets and miscellaneous parts. bank holiday tomorrow. Awesome. I want a holiday tomorrow. So we're gonna install the parts that secure this vertical extrusion here to the gantry. Now, I'd probably suggest, Yuri, see you, Manuel. I would probably suggest, Yuri, because this extrusion here needs to be in line with the rear of the frame, and it's kind of being held right now by the bed setup to install this after these pieces are on. I'm gonna loosen all of these and then reset this up in case, and I guess I can check this, but we should be able to check. So now I need to move this extrusion back, but it's being held by this whole setup. So it's not in line right now. So either a note to loosen all this up, which really it's just these two. Where'd the driver go? Oh, there it is. We can loosen these two screws here, which are right here, just so we can move this back. See that, how that moves there. So this is going to go, we want this straight across, and then we're going to use, I'm just going to use this ruler as a reference when I tighten these up. I'm very interested when you install the new MKS board. Yeah, me too. That's going to be fun. That's probably a couple of streams, maybe next stream. Maybe next stream. Okay, we're back. We missed the nuts in here, didn't we? Yeah. We missed the two nuts in the side here that this bracket is going to help hold. So this goes like this. Scott, this is Prusament Sapphire Blue ASA. So according to the instructions, see Andrew, we've got about, I'm gonna extend it to a couple more max stances because I wanna get this, if we can get the gantry all done and then start next stream with belting, then we'll be good. This will finish off the gantry. Okay, so there's a spacer here. So the reason for this spacer is to ensure that you have enough space here so the belts aren't rubbing on the top of this extrusion here because everything's really close. So this should go up in here. Here comes Charlie. This is, I would recommend giving this extra, making this just a little loose in there, Yuri, so that it will slide in from the side more easily. Yeah, Kelvin, those are the skirt screws. They're slowly working their way out. It's okay. The Z spacer goes away. This spacer goes away because are you gonna spec this extrusion to be just a little shorter? I'm just gonna making this so it hopefully slides on there a little easier. And I actually don't have the space for that to go through, so I'm just gonna leave it off. It's going away anyway. This extrusion should be about 1 millimeter shorter in the spec after this. I'm just gonna watch the belts and adjust if needed. But the problem is I don't have nuts in this extrusion and we missed that. I don't know if we missed it in the instructions or what. So this is going here and we should have, so if we turn this way, we grab these screws because these are just coming out of the skirt pieces. No big deal. We do have nuts up here. So how are we gonna get, can we move this back? Yep, I can. It's not ideal, not great, but I'm gonna move that back enough to put 2 square nuts in here. There we go. And that's twisting this whole thing, so hopefully everything does okay. So now we have those there, and I'm gonna shift them this way. So then we have these same similar pieces are used on Trident to bolt this together. So this is offset such that that goes like that. Is this the better view? Sure. That's gonna go right there. And this is gonna go right there. And what are these? M3x6s, looks like. And I'm back. What is it? We should have 4 M3x6s and 4 button heads and 4 M3x6 socket heads. The mic goes away with the cam because the mic is plugged into that cam. Using 2 M3x6, add the Z bracket. Repeat this process for Z bracket left. I think 6s might be, feels like they're too short. And 3x6s only stick out that far here. That feels short. This cam looks like it's rippling. Where? I think M3x8s are the... Well, I am the... It looks like it's rippling. Where at? I don't see it in the preview. Science Sniper, if you search for printers for ants, you will see a mod to do triple lead screw Z on the V0. But you're gonna have to do that searching. Okay, so those are getting loose. So that side is on. And then the other side. Mike dead. No, I'm still here. Are you behind G? Hey, G Funny Money. I haven't seen you here yet. Are you a little behind by chance? We're having all kinds of stream problems today, but we are persevering and dropping things and realizing we can turn the Charlie cam back on. It is the whole image. I have no idea. See, the ripple too might be a vibration from a fan or something. There's nothing running. I'm very, very tired. Very tired of discovering stream problems. Okay. Okay, we're back. Okay, so now that is flush with the back of the printer. Very good. AC ripple in the power feed. Oh, I've got all kinds of power crap going on, especially with this air conditioning unit. Here, let's check. Let me know if it goes away. So I turned off my AC unit. So now I need to retighten these because I've moved things around. So that should be okay to tighten. So let's see if the ripple is gone now. The last thing to install, that did it. So it's my AC unit. Oh. I don't know. Thanks, Andrew. Ripple's gone. Okay. The last part we're going to install today, a little umbilical mount. Ripple wobble is gone, so it's coming from my air conditioning, which means it's been going on for many streams now. And that just gets installed center of that. And the gantry minus belts and minus X. We'll get on to the XY setup. And then belts next stream. And I can pull all of these stoppers out of the spots, and the whole thing will be able to move its full thing. Oh, I guess that's a good question. Let's chat for a little while with the AC off and see if my camera dies. Thanks, G Funny Money. Some people can probably just see that, notice that a little better. But here is the build so far. We've got yes. Well, this is good. More troubleshooting. Let's see if this thing turns off. What is next? Let's put some of the skirts on. Since I'm kind of wanting to see if this camera turns off. Let's go here. This is where those screws are coming out from. I'm gonna thread these in. I am not gonna belt tonight. I'm almost done. I'm about fed up with camera problems. So we've gone 4 hours. That's a good stream. So we're going to there she goes. It wasn't the AC. It's a cam setting. Yeah, I'll go over those. It is a new still, these do it too. Not as much as this one though. That's okay. We are going to end the stream. I will save skirts for another stream. So before this kills my mic again, thank you everybody for your patience. I hope it didn't detract too much from the build. I hope there was some level of, whatever, it's entertaining at least, right? Charlie Cam seems to be a hit. Dancing Max is fun. We saw way too much of Dancing Max. I don't want to see that much of Dancing Max ever again. But thank you for those that joined. Thanks to those that gifted memberships. Thanks for being here. And we will be continuing this next time. Have a good rest of your weekend. Have a good week. See you then. Bye.